At 65 years old, this man had nothing. No money, no company, no plan. His first Social Security check arrived in the mail. $105. That was it. That was everything the government said his entire life was worth. He sat under a tree that day and started writing his will. But something stopped him. Instead of finishing it, he flipped the page and started writing something else. He wrote down everything he still wanted to do, everything he had not built yet. That man was Harlan Sanders, and what happened next changed the entire world. Born in 1890 in Indiana, father died when he was 6. By 7, he was cooking full meals for his younger siblings while his mother worked 14-hour factory shifts. He dropped out of school at 13. What followed was 50 years of failure. He worked as a farmhand, a blacksmith, a soldier, a train conductor, a lawyer, until he got fired for fighting a client in court. An insurance salesman. Failed. He started a ferry boat company. Failed. He opened gas stations. Failed. He ran a motel restaurant. A highway bypass shut it down overnight. 50 years. One failure after another. And then he got that check for $105. Most people would have accepted it. Retired quietly, disappeared. He didn't. He borrowed $87 against that check, bought a pressure cooker and some ingredients, packed his car with his secret recipe, 11 herbs and spices he had spent years perfecting, and drove off. His plan was simple. He would walk into restaurants, cook his chicken on the spot, and ask the owner for a handshake deal. 5 cents for every piece they sold. The first restaurant said no. So did the second, and the third. He slept in the back of his car. He kept driving. He kept knocking. He kept cooking. Restaurant after restaurant after restaurant turned him away. He was in his 60s, driving across America alone, living out of his car, rejected over and over by people half his age. The number of rejections reached 100, then 500, then 1,009. 1,009 times someone looked this 65-year-old man in the face and said no. 1,009 times he got back in his car and drove to the next one. And then restaurant number 1010 said yes. By 1964, Colonel Sanders had 600 franchises selling his trademark chicken across the United States and Canada. Your story. That same year, at age 73, he sold Kentucky Fried Chicken for $2 million, worth over $20 million in today's money. The man who received a $105 retirement check sold his company for $2 million. 8 years. That is all it took. From sleeping in a car at 65 to millionaire at 73. Now here is what I want you to sit with. Colonel Sanders did not succeed despite his age. He succeeded because of everything his age gave him. The patience, the resilience, the stubbornness of a man who had already survived 50 years of hard life and have nothing left to fear. Young people quit after 10 rejections, sometimes 5, because they still have their ego to protect. He had already lost everything worth losing, so he had nothing to protect, only something to build. By the time he sold the company, Kentucky Fried Chicken had over 600 franchises in the US and Canada. Wilson Luna, today there are over 27,000 locations in 145 countries. All of that started by a 65-year-old man with $87 and a recipe. So if you are watching this in your 40s or 50s and you think you have left it too late, I want you to hear this clearly. Colonel Sanders had not even started yet at your age. His real chapter did not begin until most people's are ending. The only question that matters is not how old you are. It is whether you are still willing to get back in the car. If this story moved something in you, share it with one person today. Someone in your life who needs to hear it. Subscribe to Mind Life Reset. Every week we bring you stories and conversations that remind you it is never too late to begin again. I will see you in the next one.